Good evening, everybody. I hope you guys are able to see me and hear me. So, we are here today to discuss the physics part of the foundation batch. So, last week we have started maths also, and as I told, maths will be running on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we are going to have physics session. And in this physics session, we'll teach you everything that is required for electrical and electronics engineering, and it starts with the EMT. So my friend, what we have done till now, we have covered Coulomb's law, we have covered the concept of charge, we have covered the concept of electric field, we have covered the concept of electric dipole, and we have seen plenty of problems in these topics. So today I will be starting a new topic, that is the electric flux and the Gauss law. So this lecture will be totally dedicated to make you understand what is the electric flux. What is the electric flux? Is that clear? So my friend, let me first introduce you myself before starting the session. My name is Ankit Goyal. I am working as a director at Unacademy for GATE department, and I obtained AIR 1 in GATE electrical engineering twice in year 2014 and 2018. So my friend, since my rank was 1 in electrical engineering, I believe I can deal with all the subjects of electrical engineering, and I can provide you a way of tackling the problems like no one else. Okay, that is how can you tackle a problem in the simplest way possible. As well as, my friend, I have been awarded the President of India Gold Medal by the President himself in the year 2013 when I graduated from IIT Indore. And till date, I have taught more than 1 lakh students, so I have a rich teaching experience. And I know what kind of learning problems you guys face and how to deal with such problems so that I can simplify your learning. At the same time, my friend, we have started a revolution at Unacademy where we are providing the quality education at the most affordable prices. Now the student sitting even in the remote corner of the country can afford such an education. जो भी बच्चा गांव तक में बैठा है वो इंडिया के बेस्ट टीचर से पढ़ने का सपना देख सकता है, और उसका ये सपना पूरा करता है कौन? Unacademy. So Unacademy has made the playing field level. It has leveled the playing field so that every student gets the resources that they need at the most affordable prices. And my friend, the doors of Unacademy open to you with the code Ankit ESE, my friend, Ankit ESE. This is your code, this is my code, and this code directly connects you with me so that we can learn together. I can teach you each and every aspect of the problem solving, and I can guide you at each and every step of your preparation. So my friend, you must be thinking why to join Unacademy when we have so much of a content on YouTube. Because my friend, only video lectures are not sufficient for GATE preparation. Yes, the content is similar. Yes, the content is similar. But my friend, Unacademy offers a complete solution. It offers you English and the Hindi classes. It offers you the doubt solving batches. It offers to you the DPP after every class, daily practice paper, practice question, test series, previous year question, crash courses, rank improvement batches, everything just at the cost of one subscription. So that means you just pay once and you enjoy each and everything that is running at Unacademy. And my friend, you can get to see multiple other branches, so that if you are aiming to appear for GATE now with multiple streams, that can be made possible by Unacademy. Okay, that can only be made possible by Unacademy if you want to watch the lectures of multiple engineering streams. So my friend, let us start today's lecture about electric flux. If any of the students wants to join Unacademy, they can directly contact on this number. Okay, directly call on this number. Otherwise, I am available on Facebook, Instagram. You can find me on Instagram as well. The same username I have on Facebook, SSG IIT. You can directly connect with me. You can directly chat with me. Okay, now let us start today's lecture about electric flux. Okay, the topic that we'll be dealing today is electric flux. Electric flux. So my friend, first of all, what I want to talk about is what is flux. What is flux? So as per me, flux is nothing but flow of something. Like flow of water in a pipe. पानी से जब पाइप से जब पानी बहता है, that can also be called as the flux of water. So what is flux, my friend? What is flux? This term here, flux, means flow of something. Flow of something. Okay. So what is electric flux then? My friend, the electric flux will mean the flow of electric field lines. The flow of electric field lines. Now, I have already told you about the electric field lines, which are also called as the electric lines of force. We have already visualized that, and that visualization, my friend, will be used in this topic. ठीक है? जो आपने इलेक्ट्रिक लाइंस ऑफ फोर्स को देखा था कि वो कैसे जाती हैं, किस पॉइंट से ओरिजिनेट करती हैं और किस पॉइंट पे टर्मिनेट करती हैं, वो सारा विजुअलाइजेशन इस फ्लक्स वाले टॉपिक के अंदर काम आने वाला है. ठीक है? वो सभी चीजें काम आने वाली है मेरे दोस्त. Now, let us discuss about electric flux. So, electric flux is represented by phi E. Phi E. It is proportional. It is proportional, my friend, to the number of electric field lines passing normally through an area. Passing normally through an area. नॉर्मली का मतलब क्या है? परपेंडिकुलर. नॉर्मली का मतलब क्या है यहां पे? परपेंडिकुलर. सो हाउ मेनी इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड लाइंस पास परपेंडिकुलरली थ्रू एन एरिया? That is representing the electric flux. That is representing, my friend, the electric flux. Is this point clear to everybody? Tell me in the chat section, my friend. And if you haven't pressed the like button, make sure that you press the like button, because that is how you mark your attendance in my class. So my class needs an attendance, and for that you have to press the like button and you have to share with all your friends. So the definition of electric flux is number of field lines passing perpendicularly through an area. But remember, it is directly proportional. It is not equal to. Many people will teach you wrong thing, that they will tell the flux is equal to the number of field lines passing perpendicularly through an area. It is not equal. It is just proportional. That is, if more number of lines pass through an area, then more will be the electric flux. As simple as that. Okay. Now, my friends, see the figure on the left of your screen. See this figure. These are the electric field lines. These are the electric field lines. Now they are passing normally through the area. They are passing perpendicularly to this surface. Okay, this surface that I have shown, they are passing perpendicularly through it. If they are passing perpendicularly through it, what you can say? E into A. Okay. Now this definition you use in physics. But in engineering you use another definition, that is D into A. D into A. That is what you do in engineering. D into A. Now let me tell you what is the difference between the two definition, E into A or D into A. So my friend, this D vector, is called as electric flux density. What is the electric flux density, my friend? Electric flux density means number of field lines crossing an area normally per unit area. That is, simply we say that the flux density is electric flux per unit area. Density means per unit area. Deepak, basically this video is on YouTube only. Where it is? So my friend Krishna, if you have done diploma, yes my friend, you can do degree as well, and this course will be incredibly helpful when you want to go for a degree, because I want to consolidate the basic of each and every student so that they can do well in their degree. So that is the electric flux density. How it is related to your electric field? It is epsilon into E vector, where what is this epsilon? We know it is permittivity of a medium. Okay, and I have told you as well, epsilon is epsilon naught into epsilon r, where epsilon naught is 8.854. This we have already seen. So that is your electric flux density, my friend. So we will be using the engineering definition, not the definition of physics, because we are engineers and we need to learn what can be directly applied in engineering. Is that clear? D is actually equal to epsilon E, and D is the electric flux density, that is number of field lines crossing an area normally. That is your electric flux density. Okay, and I also have explained you the meaning of epsilon. Epsilon is basically opposition to the flow of electric field lines through any area. It is the opposition. So my friend, if you remember, the electric field due to a point charge, is this, correct? Now if you want to find out D vector, it is epsilon into E vector. Q by 4 pi r square. So what I can say is this D vector is independent of medium. My friend. Is that clear? Because there is no term containing epsilon. In D. So you can say D remains the same irrespective of the medium that we are using. So my friend, this definition is limited to physics that you study in +2, but in engineering you have to use this definition, D into A. So I have explained you what is D and I have explained you the definition of electric flux. ठीक है मेरे भाई, ये बात याद रखना, इलेक्ट्रिक फ्लक्स की डेफिनेशन D into A होती है. ठीक है. Now let me explain you one more concept. Let me explain you. The concept that I want to explain, my friend, is the concept of area vector. So most of you will think that area is a scalar quantity, but I say, my friend, area is not a scalar. We can define a vector for an area. That is to represent the direction. We can assign a vector to an area, and that vector, my friend, is called as an area vector. So how do you show an area vector? So let me take a shape. Suppose this is an area. Okay. Suppose this is an area. Now my friend, how to show the area vector? The vector that is perpendicular to this area. Suppose I show by dot. Dot का मतलब क्या होता है मेरे भाई? Dot means coming out of the board. Dot means coming out of the board. If there is a dot here, it means that this one will represent area vector. Area vector. So what is area vector? What is area vector if I define? Area vector is nothing but a vector whose magnitude is equal to area and its direction is perpendicular to area. Okay, its direction is perpendicular to the area, my friend. That is called as your area vector. That is called as your area vector. Is that clear? Is that clear? So when we will talk about flux, then I'll make use of the area vector, and then you will understand what is the flux due to an electric field. Now let me say that suppose I have an area like this. Okay, suppose I have an area like this. Okay, and there are the area, the vector like this. The vector, if you take like this vector will represent area vector. It will represent area vector. So area vector, my friend, is nothing but a vector perpendicular to the area whose magnitude is equal to area, but its direction is perpendicular to that area. Clear? Everybody clear about it? ठीक है, सबको क्लियर है ना मेरे भाई एरिया वेक्टर क्या होता है? चल, now let's talk about the flux in case the electric field or the flux density is not perpendicular to the area. Suppose electric field lines are going like this, but my area, instead of being perpendicular, it is tilted. Okay, electric field is like this, but the area is tilted. So that sort of a figure this is, that the area is not exactly perpendicular, but the area is tilted. Now in that case, my friend, the definition of the flux says we have to count the number of field lines passing normally through an area. So there are two ways of doing that. Either take the component of the electric field perpendicular to the area, or the other method could be take the component of area perpendicular to the magnetic field. So if area is not perpendicular to E vector, we have to consider component, we have to consider component of area perpendicular to E vector, my friend. Take the component of area which is perpendicular to E vector. Now, E is horizontal. So, the component of area perpendicular to E would be vertical like this. If this is E, this one is V. So, if you take the component of area at an angle theta, this area A perpendicular, this A perpendicular, my friend, will be A cos theta. A cos theta. So what you can say, phi E, okay, again I am telling we are using the definition of engineering. We are using the definition of engineering. Now my friend, this could also be written like this. If you give the area a vector form, D dot A. D dot A. Why dot product? Because you are getting cos theta. If you see, this is your area vector and this one is your D vector. So the angle between area vector and D vector is theta. So their dot product would be dA cos theta. dA cos theta. So that is why in the vector form it is given by, this my friend is given by the dot product of D vector and A vector. D vector and A vector. This one is your area vector. But my friend, always the area may not be a plane. It may not be a plane surface. That means the direction of area vector may not be same at each and every point. If the area is suppose a curved area, then at every point perpendicular direction will be different. If at every point the perpendicular direction is different, my friend, that means you can't just take a vector. You can't just take a vector. समझ आ रहा है? एक बहुत बड़ा कर्व्ड एरिया ले लो, उसके हर पॉइंट पे परपेंडिकुलर डायरेक्शन अलग अलग होगी, तो आप पूरे एरिया को एक सिंगल एरिया वेक्टर से रिप्रेजेंट नहीं कर सकते. उस केस में क्या करना पड़ेगा? दैट वी हैव टू थिंक. सो व्हाट वी डू माय फ्रेंड, we divide the area into small areas, and every small area will have its own area vector, like see this third number area, electric field is towards the right, area vector is like this, so they have an angle theta between them. See the second area, electric field is this, and this is the area vector, so they are at 90 degree. See the first one, electric field is in the same direction but the area vector changes. So my friend, what actually happens is area vector may change on the entire surface. It may be different at different location. In that case, what I say is divide surface into multiple small surfaces. Okay, area vector of ith surface is suppose delta AI vector. Okay, area vector of the ith surface. Then what you will say? You will say, sir, the flux due to ith surface will be D vector. dot ai vector. I'll say correct. If the flux density is d vector and the area is delta ai vector, then the flux is given by their dot product. But my friend, how to find the total flux? Total flux will be sum of every small flux. If you add these small fluxes, you will get the total flux. That is, you will get sigma delta ai vector. D vector dots delta ai vector. Now if you do this and you make it continuous, because in a large surface, these small areas can be made continuous. The continuous analogy of this is electric flux is integral d dot ds, or in simple language, let me write d dot da vector. Okay, that will be your electric flux, my friend. And don't worry about d. D is nothing but epsilon into E. So if you know the electric field, you multiply it by epsilon, you get the value of D. My friend, but in engineering, what we do is, we write ds vector. What is ds vector? Is the surface vector. So you can say the electric flux will be, this is the engineering definition of it. The same definition, just the standard way of writing dA is ds. Just the standard way of writing dA is ds. Don't worry, anything is not changing. Everything is same, just that dA is written as ds. Okay. Anurag is saying if electric field is alternating, what we need to do? Anurag, what happens if electric field is like sine omega t? When you take the dot product, sine omega t will by default come. That means the flux will also become alternating. Like for half cycle, electric field is right. For half, it is left. Then again right. Then again left. So what happens, my friend, is that the flux itself will be positive for one half cycle. It will be negative for the other half cycle. So that way the flux itself will be alternating. You don't have to do anything extra. Just when you substitute the alternating value of electric field, flux by default will come alternating. अभिषेक गॉस लॉ हम लोग आगे पढ़ेंगे मेरे भाई. वेडनेसडे को हम गॉस लॉ स्टार्ट करेंगे. डोंट टेक टेंशन अबाउट इट. But yes, Gauss law requires the use of electric flux. Without electric flux, you can't study about the Gauss law. Okay, so that is why being very good at electric flux is necessary. And now only I'll show you problems as well about this. Problems also we will see. Don't worry. Now, before going to the problems, I would like to introduce one more term to you. That is the closed surface. What is the closed surface? A surface where you can differentiate between what is inside the surface and what is outside the surface. विश्वजीत मेरे भाई, मशीन की किताब नहीं आने वाली है. Machines book is now with Unacademy and that will be made available to Unacademy students. Okay, so that is your answer. Now, coming back to the closed surface. So, what is a closed surface? A surface where we can define interior and exterior region. Interior and exterior region is called as the closed surface. So my friend, let me show you. Suppose we have a sphere. Suppose this is a sphere. Okay, what it is? It is a sphere. So you can say that the region, this region is interior of the sphere and this region is exterior. So you can say that it is a closed surface. It is a closed surface, my friend. But suppose I take an area like this. Suppose I take an area like this. Suppose this is one of the area. So this side is basically left of that area. This side is right of that area. It is nothing but a plane. Okay. It is nothing but a plane. So with just a plane, like if this is the palm of, this is my palm, there is one side of this palm, this is the other side. You can't say anything is inside this. Just assume a thin sheet of paper. You can't say some volume is inside that. What you will say, there are two sides of that surface, left and right, top and bottom, anything. But there is no interior area or exterior area. So that is called as a open surface. That is called as a open surface, my friend. Okay. This will be your. ठीक है, अगर सिंपल शब्दों में बोला जाए मेरे भाई, तो जिस सरफेस के अंदर कुछ ना कुछ वॉल्यूम होगी, that will be your closed surface. The surface which does not contain any volume, that will be an open surface. As simple as that, you can differentiate. Okay. Now when we have this knowledge, let us try and understand the problems based on electric flux. So see the first problem, my friend. A point charge Q is placed at the corner of a square of side A. Find the flux through the square. Find the flux through the square. I need to know what is the flux that is passing through the square. If a charge is placed at the corner of a square. Kalyan, I am using very less Hindi. Okay. So don't tell me to use English when I am mostly speaking in this class in English only. Almost 90 to 95% I am using English only. Okay. So be patient, my friend. I have to take care of everyone. I am not teaching the entire course in Hindi. Now, has anyone found the answer, my friend? Anyone who can tell me the answer to this question? Is there anybody in my foundation batch that knows how to solve this? Anybody? Okay. Let me show you. Very simple question, my friend. Very simple question. See, I'll take a square. Suppose this is a square. Now, we have a charge at the corner of a square. How will be the electric field of this charge? The electric field will be like this. Radially outward if we are assuming positive charge. That means what you can say, my friend, what you can say, no field line crosses the area or the surface. That means the flux is 0. The flux will be 0. Okay, the flux will be 0. My friend, I don't want you to use the Gauss law. The people that are telling me the answer, they are using Gauss law. I haven't yet taught the Gauss law. So what you have to do in this lecture at least is that you have to visualize. Because if you can visualize, then you can understand most of the electrical engineering. Okay, then you can understand most of the electrical engineering. So my friend, I have given you a square, not a cube. First of all, this is just a square. In this square, I have placed a charge. So whatever is the electric field going from this charge, that will never cut this square. Are you getting my point? The electric field will be like this, like this, like this, like this, like this. But it will never ever cut this surface. So until an electric field cuts a surface, you can't have any electric flux. Is that clear to everybody? Just tell me in the chat section. Is that clear? Now, let us move to the next one. Find out the flux, my friend, through the curved surface of a hemisphere of radius r placed in a uniform electric field as shown. So I am showing you the electric field. Just tell me the flux. Just tell me the flux. Okay. Again, try and visualize. Try and visualize, my friend. If you can visualize, you can answer this very easily. Visualization is the key in this problem. Anurag, even if it is not at the corner, no electric field line will cut the surface. No line will cut the surface. Everything will be going radially outwards. But yes, if the charge is placed on one side, then the things may be different. Okay. Now guys, what is the answer to this? What is the answer to this problem? Try this, everybody. Come on, I want to know the answer. Okay, let me show you. So my friend, what I told is that the flux here, this electric field which is d by epsilon is constant. It is not changing. If it is not changing, it can come outside the integration. If it is not changing, it can come outside the integration. So what is this ds cos theta? This ds cos theta, my friend, ds cos theta is perpendicular component of area. Now you have to see what is the perpendicular component of this hemispherical area. What is the perpendicular component, my friend? Perpendicular to what? Perpendicular to the electric field. What is the perpendicular component that we have to see? So if the field lines are going horizontally, if they are going like this, the perpendicular component will be this area. The perpendicular component will be this area. If this area is the perpendicular component, then what you can say that, my friend, this area is the perpendicular area. This area is the perpendicular area, my friend. So that means you can say flux will be simply d into pi r square. D into pi r square. Is that clear? Is that clear? And remember, my friend, it is not a closed hemisphere. That means हेमिस्फीयर का ये वाला सरफेस गायब है. आप ऐसा मत सोचो कि एक हेमिस्फीयर है जिसके नीचे का बेस भी है. नो, द बेस इज नॉट देयर. ओनली द हेमिस्फेरिकल सरफेस इज देयर. ओनली दिस सरफेस. So what I have taken is, I have taken the projection of that surface on the base or in the direction perpendicular to the electric field. Okay. तो ये जो पर्पल वाला एरिया मैंने दिखाया ना, पिंक कह लो पर्पल कह लो, दिस एरिया इज एक्चुअली द एरिया दैट इज गिवन. वी हैव टेकन द कंपोनेंट परपेंडिकुलर टू द फील्ड एंड दैट इज द येलो वन. That is the yellow one. Pankaj was giving an answer 0. Pankaj, the answer would be 0 if the yellow area was included. If the yellow area was included. Okay. So let me write it here. If yellow area is also a part of surface, then flux will be 0. But right now, my friend, what I am taking is the open surface. Is a open surface. Okay. Now, try the next one. Try the next one. A very good problem. Find the flux of the electric field through each of the 5 surface of the inclined plane and then the total flux. Then the total flux. So what are the 5? A, F, B, D, E, C, then A, D, C, B, then A, D, E, F. A, D, E, F. And the base as well. F, E, B, C. So we have the 5 surfaces. We have the 5 surfaces. Inclined surface, base, perpendicular and the 2 sides. They are the 5 surfaces. Okay, try this guys. I want to know the answer from each and every one of you. Find it. The figures are clearly visible or not? Tell me. Is the resolution good? Is the size good? Are you clearly able to visualize? Tell me my friends, is the visualization getting improved? क्या आप बेहतर वे में इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड, एरिया, फ्लक्स ये सब चीजें देख पा रहे हो पहले से बेटर? Come on my friends, I am waiting. I am waiting for your answers, eagerly waiting. So, let us start one by one. First, tell me the flux through the area I am giving. You keep telling me one by one. A, F, B. A, F, B. Tell me, what is the flux through A, F, B? Tell me in the chat. Tell me in the chat, flux through A, F, B. What is the answer, my friend? This answer would be 0. Why? See, this is AFB, electric field is going like this. This is AFB, electric field is going like this. So it is not cutting this area. If it is not cutting an area, the flux would be 0. Similarly, flux of the surface behind it, that is DEC. This flux is also 0. The surface behind it, again the electric field is parallel to the surface, so the flux is 0. Similarly, flux through the bottom one, this will also be 0 because the bottom surface is also like this, field is going like this, so it is not cutting. It is not cutting. So that is why this flux is also 0. So out of the 5, 3 fluxes have become 0. What about other ones? So let me take the left surface. Let me take, my friend, the left surface. The area vector will be like this. The area vector will be outside. Area vector will be outside. Okay. But the electric field is to the right. The electric field is to the right. If the electric field and the area vector, my friend, are opposite, So this will be, if they are in opposite direction, their dot product will contain cos 180. Okay. If I say that this area is A, if I say that this area is A, it is minus dA. It is minus dA. Why negative? Because area vector and the electric field are in opposite direction. So their dot product will come out to be negative. Now my friend, what about this inclined area DABC? So now I am focusing my attention on DABC. First of all, let me show you the area vector. The area vector, my friend, will be like this. This will be the area vector. Now, if you see this area vector and electric field are making an acute angle. They are making an acute angle, which means their dot product will be positive because cos of every acute angle is positive. So what I'll say, angle between D vector and ds vector is acute. So D dot ds is positive. If this D dot ds is positive, my friend, then in that case, what is to be done? What I say, this will be the dot product. Now what we know, ds cos theta is component of area. It is component of area perpendicular to D. It is component of area perpendicular to the D or the electric field. Now, Anurag, yes, you can take the area vector parallel to field, but the area vector and the field are making an angle theta. So, area vector parallel to the field will be A cos theta. But since you are talking about AFED, no, you can't take parallel to the field because area vector should be projecting outside the area. It should be projecting outside the area. That means if I show you, my friend, if I show every one of you the different area vectors that we have, this will be like this, that will be like this, this will be like this. Okay, these are the 5 area vectors that we will have. Every area vector will be pointing outside. So now, my friend, component of this area perpendicular to magnetic field is actually this area only. Okay, my friend. This area is the component of ADCB. It is the component of ADCB perpendicular to the electric field. So what I'll say is phi DABC is DA because perpendicular component of DABC is actually A only. So it will be DA. But now if you take the total flux, my friend, it will be 0. Okay, this all you could have easily derived by the use of Gauss law. This total flux you could have derived by the use of Gauss law, but Gauss law we will be discussing later on. Right now we have to find the flux just by visualization. Now, next question. Consider a cylindrical surface of radius r and length L in a uniform electric field. Calculate the electric flux if the axis of the cylinder is parallel to the field direction. Okay, axis of the cylinder is parallel to the field direction. This is an easy question, my friend. If you try this, it is a very easy question. Okay, just try this. Anurag, I want an answer this time. Everybody try this quickly. So what is the answer coming, my friend? Let me show you the figure. Let me show you the figure. The figure will be something like this. Okay, this is a cylinder. Now what is the direction of electric field, my friend? The direction of electric field is such that it is parallel to the axis of the cylinder. It is parallel to the axis of the cylinder. Now my friend, in a cylinder you can consider three surfaces. How three? This is the surface 1. This is the surface number 2 and this one is the surface number 3. Okay, surface number 3. Now, if you see surface number 3, the electric field is not cutting the surface number 3. Electric field does not cut surface 3. So what you can say, phi 3 is 0. So what we are left with is the two surface 1 and 2. 1 and 2. So the area vector, if I draw, my friend, the area vector, if I draw, the area vector of this surface will be parallel to the field. The area vector of this surface will be anti-parallel to the field. Now if I take the area as A, if I take the area as A, so what you can say? What you can say, for phi 2, my friend, for phi 2 both are parallel, it will be dA. For phi 1, it will be minus dA. Why? Because both are opposite, so cos 180 is minus 1. That means the total flux is phi 1 plus phi 2 plus phi 3, that is 0. Okay, so the answer will be 0. And it's good to see that many people, okay, many people were able to find this answer. Okay, yes, Anurag, you are also right. What you guys can understand, what Anurag has written is that number of perpendicular field lines entering is equal to number of perpendicular field lines exiting. So phi is 0. ओके जितनी लाइंस एंटर करेंगी अगर उतनी ही लाइंस उसी तरीके से परपेंडिकुलर निकल जाएं तो नेट फ्लक्स आता है 0. नेट फ्लक्स इज 0. नाउ गाइस दिस प्रॉब्लम विल बी योर होमवर्क प्रॉब्लम. This will be your homework problem that you all have to solve, and we will discuss the solution of this problem tomorrow when we start the class. Okay. And tomorrow is going to be a DPP session on this same concept, on the concept of electric flux, because I want to improve your visualization. So now, my friend, if any of you wants to join Unacademy and wants to learn with me and wants my guidance in cracking the GATE exam, then call on this number. And my friend, please download Unacademy Learning app, because every day now, 1 p.m., I am taking free classes for signals and system in which I am solving lots of question. Vamshi, basically that is the definition of the flux, to take the area perpendicular to the field lines. Okay, to take the area perpendicular to the field line. Now, once you download the Unacademy app, you can click on GATE and ESE, click on get subscription. Then the college going student should take 2-year plan. This is for college, and 1-year plan should be taken by the final year or the dropper. These are the cheapest plan that you can get. But make sure that you use this code Ankit ESE. Because if you use the code Ankit ESE, you directly get connected to me and you learn under my mentorship. Now, my friend, you can pay by credit debit card, EMI, net banking, or you can pay by debit card EMI using HDFC or Bajaj Finserv. And these are some of my videos that have done very, very well on this channel, which you can watch and learn how to crack GATE. And these are some of our other channels, like we have a channel for mechanical, civil, CS. We have SSC channel where we are running SSC courses for electrical, mechanical, civil, and one channel dedicated for previous year. And many more channels are going to be added into this list very, very soon, my friend. In August, it is going to be game changing. It is going to be game changing, and we are going to launch a lot of new channels. Okay, so my friend, this is my Telegram channel. Here you will find all the notes of the lecture, and immediately after this lecture, I'll upload the notes of this as well. And this is my Unacademy profile, which you need to follow so that you can watch my free classes on Unacademy. Okay, so now that will be all from my side. Tomorrow we'll meet at the same time and we'll discuss our DPP on electric flux. Thank you, everybody.